నమస్తే. గద్దరన్న లేరనే విషయం ఈరోజు తెలంగాణ మొత్తం కూడా శోక సంద్రం నిలిచింది. ఎందుకంటే గద్దరన్నకు తెలంగాణకు ఒక అవినాభావ సంబంధం విడదీయరాని సంబంధం ఉంది. అదేవిధంగా గద్దరన్న పేరు తెలియనటువంటి ఊరు కానీ గడప కానీ లేదనే విషయం అందరూ కూడా తెలుసు. ఈరోజు గద్దరన్న మరణించడం ఈరోజు తెలంగాణ మొత్తం కూడా శోక సంద్రం నిలిచింది. అయితే గద్దరన్నతోటి దాదాపు 50 ఏళ్ళ అనుబంధం ఉన్నటువంటి ఒక ప్రముఖ వ్యక్తి ఎవరైతే ఆర్ఎస్యు రాడికల్ స్టూడెంట్ యూనియన్ ఫౌండర్ అయినటువంటి వెంకటరమణి గారు గద్దర్ గారితో దాదాపు 50 ఏళ్ళటువంటి సహవాసం ఉంది. 50 ఏళ్ళ నుంచి వారితో పరిచయాలు, అనుభవాలు, అనేక రకాలైనటువంటి ఉద్యమాల్లో పాల్గొన్నటువంటి వ్యక్తులు వీళ్ళు. ప్రస్తుతం వారు కూడా స్వీడన్ నుంచి రీసెంట్గా రావడం జరిగింది. వారిని అడిగి గద్దర్ గారికి సంబంధించినటువంటి విషయాలు కావచ్చు, గద్దర్ గారితో ఆఖరి రోజుల్లో పలు సందర్భాల్లో కలవడం కూడా జరిగింది. సో వారిని అడిగి వారి అనుబంధం సార్ తోటి ఎలా ఉందో తెలుసుకునే ప్రయత్నిద్దాం. సార్ చెప్పండి, గద్దర్ గారితో మీకున్నటువంటి అనుబంధం ఏంటి సార్?
My name is Venkatramani. I am the founder president of Radical Students Union, and for the last 50 years I have known Gaddar very well. I used to live in Maredpalli, he used to live in Alwal, Bolaram, and whenever he went to his college and I was going to my college, we met together and we went to the university together. And Gaddar, once he became a popular poet, he dropped out from the college, and then he started full time in his singing career. It's not a career as such, but he was a one-man army mobilizing people. At the same time, I was organizing the students in those days, Radical Students Union, which later on morphed into PWG, then later on into a Maoist party. That is a different story. However, Gaddar and myself, we have been very close friends on all issues, whether it is small or big. We used to talk together and come to a conclusion, and invariably some of the conclusions where we fell apart and we never agreed on it. But at the same time, our friendship continued more and more. And during the emergency, I was put in jail for 2 years. And Gaddar escaped jail. But after the emergency was over, when I went to the Canara Bank in Maredpalli, Gaddar was sitting in the counter. He was working there. And then we again came back together with each other. And then that our camaraderie developed since then. After that, he quit his job as a bank person. And then he started full-time going into the party and working. At the same time, my career took a different turn, and subsequently Gaddar was instrumental in the formation of PWG, as well as a big influencer for the Maoist party that has come into existence after that. There are several instances where I can really recollect when Gaddar used to come by bicycles, and there was a time when Gaddar used to hold his heart and sit down out of tiredness. I used to ask him, why is he doing that? And I came to know that he has not eaten for several days, but he has been giving cultural programs. That is the zeal of Gaddar. He was a one-man army. No one can defeat him. And he reigned supreme among all the revolutionary poets. Once, in a meeting, Sri Sri told the audience that his inspiration was Gaddar. That was Sri Sri telling the audience. So you can imagine, it's not just his popularity, but the flow of his words, the rhythm of his music. It captured the downtrodden. That is Gaddar Anna. We can never forget him. When I came with my living partner to Sweden somewhere in 2008 or 9, Gaddar, and we met Gaddar. He was so fascinated with our presence. We had a long chat. We talked for hours together. And then he related himself to her as his sister, because he said he is a scheduled caste person and her father was a butcher. So he related that, and he always called my living partner as his sister. That's how our relationship developed. And once in a month, we used to call and talk to each other. And it never decreased. Our love and affection for each other never decreased. And always, whenever he was in trouble, he would call and request me to, say something about the issue. I would always gladly do that. But whether he took it or not, that was his prerogative later on. So that is a little bit about Gadar that I can talk, but there's a long list of things that we did together, me as a president of the Radical Students Union, and he as a very, very prominent member of Jananatya Mandali. We used to club our meetings together, and people used to come more for Gadar than me. So that was the thing. But ultimately, it was a joint effort that PWG came into existence. Subsequently, the Maoist Party came into existence. At a later date, probably I would like to give a longer interview. Thank you very much.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.